Hi guys, it's Kimmy. So anyways, I posted a picture in Messy Desk for a domino swap that we're having for the month of August. But anyways, I kind of needed a little help with inspiration. I kind of hit a creative block. And what I was doing was asking you ladies to help inspire me a little bit more and figure out what to do with my dominoes. And kind of find out I inspired a bunch of you guys with my dominoes. So, with that being said, a lot of you guys asked me to show you my techniques on how to do some of my dominoes. Here's just one example. I think this one's complete. I'm not sure. I might add more. I'm not sure. And here's another one. This is my Eiffel Tower domino, and it's got like butterflies and dangly beads at the bottom. And let me see if I can adjust my lighting really quick just to help me see a little bit better. I'm blind as a bat. And then top of it I got this lighting. Okay, well anyways, and then I have these type of dominoes. And I wanted to show you guys, I purchased this stamp set from the enchantedgallery.com, and I'll link the shop below. And they come unmounted rubber, and I just purchased some foam mounting, like sheets, I guess, foam mounting sheets for stamps from Stamper's Best, and this is also a Stamper's Best like stamp holder, I guess. But anyways, this was one of the large sets. It was like 22 bucks, and then it was like 27 bucks by the time I paid for shipping and everything. And then I think that they have, like, if you spend more than 100 bucks, it's free shipping. But I just wanted to try them out. I've never purchased from them before, and I gotta tell you, I really love the detail you get with these, so I will definitely be going back and buying more. And then that's these ones right here. Those are the stamps, okay? And I'll show you my technique on how to get those. And then I also went into my Pinterest and went, like, image shopping online, basically. Not shopping, well, I found some images that I wanted to put on some of my dominoes. And I went into my image editing software, and I printed them out to be by 1 inch by 2 inches. And they're the perfect size for the domino. So, and this is how I got this one. And I'll show you how I got the image to transfer onto there like that. So, okay, let's start with the one that's going to take the longest drawing. Okay? Oh, and then I have 2 pre-drilled dominoes right here just to show you guys the 2 different ways I'm doing this. And the way I got the holes is with my husband's like electric drill or battery operated drill or whatever you call it. And it's got like a fine, like a small drill bit in it. And I use this, and I call them like metal pinchers, but my husband says the correct term for them is vice grips. And I just hold the domino with the metal pincher things, and then I just drill my hole, and then, you know, that's how I make my hole. And so anyways, that's how I did that. And if you need a more detailed tutorial on that, I can do that also, but I do that outside and not in my house, so that's the reason why I have previously did it for you guys. So anyways, in order to get the image transfer domino, I haven't tried this with Mod Podge. I've heard it works with Mod Podge, but I've never tried it, so I can't tell you if it does and if it doesn't. But, anyways, I just printed this off on my inkjet printer. And, I just picked several different images. I'm going to use this steampunk girl right here. I love her so much. I think she's so cute. But it's just like a little cartoon steampunk chick. I cut out my image. And I try to get it as close to the accurate size as possible. Okay. And I'll just move that to the side. And the thing you're going to need that I use is Golden's Artistic Colors Heavy Gel. And I heard soft gel also works, but I'm using the heavy gel because that's what I got. And so what you do is it just opens it. It's like a cream acrylic base. And then I just take a foam brush, just a regular old foam brush. I scoop some on there, just not too much, just, you know, a dab will do you. And I'll end up probably scraping a lot of this back into the thingy. And I just brush it on, a nice even coat. Okay. And then I take my image and I just put it on there. And I kind of like rub it on. It'll be kind of wiggly at first. Try your best to hold it in place. And I just kind of like rub my finger over it to get the image to like adhere into the gel. I smush it down on there. And be careful if you're using pre-rolled dominoes. Like make sure you get your image the way you want the holes. Okay, and then you just set that aside and let it dry. My other technique that I'm going to show you is with tissue paper. This is white tissue paper I picked up at the dollar store a long time ago. I just cut out a chunk that's no particular size right now. It's just a little square, you know. And I use my Mod Podge for this one. And another foam brush. Oh, if I can hold on to it. Another foam brush. Okay, and then I'm going to pick a stamp that I want to use. Let's see. One I haven't done yet. Okay, I'm going to choose this koi fish one right here. Okay, and I'm just going to stick it on an acrylic block. Just like regular stamping, okay? And I'm going to set that aside while I grab my StazOn. I'm using StazOn for this. Memento would work also. Or, archival ink, a permanent ink, but, would work. Memento would work. Just as long as it's not a water-based. If you use the pigment ink, make sure it is completely dry before you adhere the tissue paper to the domino. Okay. Let me close this because I don't want my ink to dry up on me. Okay, I just take the tissue paper and the stamped image and I stamp it down onto the tissue paper. Make sure you give it some even pressure to get the entire image. It's just like regular stamping. And this is the image I got. Okay. Now, I trim it up around the edges. I leave about 1/4 of an inch of tissue paper. But I make sure my edges are nice and straight. Or as straight as possible. My hands are so shaky today. Okay, this is where the Mod Podge comes in. Okay, you need your blank domino. This one I do have holes drilled in it like I told you earlier. Okay, and you just take and dip just enough to coat the top of the domino. Okay, because that's the first part we're going to do. Okay, and you just coat the entire top of the domino. And then you get your tissue paper and you lay that across there. Try and make sure you get it even with the domino. That way your image is completely laid across the top of the domino. Okay? And you should have, let me see if I could lift this without messing it up. You should have that. Okay? Just on your domino. Okay, I also take and dip a little bit more onto my brush. And I hold one end so I don't pull up, and I lightly brush over the top of the tissue paper just to give it a good seal. Because what we're doing, I'm going to color with alcohol-based markers, and you're going to want to seal the StazOn or it's just going to ruin your image. It'll make it bleed really bad. I learned that from, let me see if I can find the one that I did where it bleeded really bad. Okay, I learned that from this one. I don't know if you can see. I colored directly onto the Stay-On. I stamped directly onto the domino. And see the bleeding, like, on her face and everything? That's what happens if you color with the Stay-On not sealed. I take my heat gun and I dry my first I got a little bubble right there of. Okay, and when you're doing this, do it very lightly because you can tear the tissue paper, and that's something you don't want to happen. Unless you're going for like a super distressed look, I guess. I don't know. It's something in particular I don't want to happen to my image, so. So, okay, the top should be, it's still going to be a little tacky, but it's okay. Okay, the next thing you do is you go around your tissue paper, and you trim your edges like a little slice. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. You just, right on the corners. So when you go with your Mod Podge, you're going to go underneath on the domino, and then you're going to lay those edges down. Okay. Oh. Okay, I don't want to lay these edges down just yet. This part you want to move very slowly with. Sorry it's taking so much time, but it's kind of, you know, important not to rip the paper. Okay. Now it's going to be a little hot. And you just lay down all the edges. Now because you're using white tissue paper, it makes it translucent on the domino. Okay, and you just set it aside and let that one dry. Now this other one, let me see. Okay, this one's not quite ready yet. I'm going to let this dry and then I'm going to come back and show you guys how to finish these, okay? Okay guys, it's been about 20 minutes, since, I stopped filming. One thing I forgot to tell you, about 5 minutes after applying the golden heavy gel or soft gel, whichever one you have, you need to take, like a round edged object and kind of burnish the image into the gel, like, to where you get a good transfer. Okay, so basically where the gel is not tacky anymore, okay? So and then you burnish. Also this is almost dry, so I'm going to show you the gel first, and then I'll show you how I color in my stamped domino. Okay, I got a little bucket of water here. And I also have, if I can get it, a paper towel. This is really useful to have like right in front of you. Oh, I wanted to also let you know that I took and I Mod Podged an image onto a domino just to see like sort of like, you know, trial and error and see if it'll transfer the same as it will the gel, just for people who might have Mod Podge and might not have no golden gel, or it might not be available in your country. Just, I'm not sure if it is or isn't, just, you know, as another alternative. It might work, it might not. This is going to be like my guinea pig piece to find out. Okay, so what you do, and it's pretty simple, is you stick your image down, right? This is the one with the golden. You dip your finger and you kind of just pat the water on there. You give it a second, let the paper absorb the water. Okay. Okay, and then I'd kind of pat off the excess water, because you don't want too much, because if it gets too deep, like the water, it'll ruin your image. And you just get your finger wet and you just roll it off. This part goes pretty quickly, but I do suggest you be as gentle as possible. Don't push too hard. You just light finger rolling circles back and forth, and your image will start to appear. It's just basically what you're doing with this step is getting rid of the paper. Like, let me show you this up close. This is what should be happening, okay? See how the image is almost appearing and the paper is rolling away? You just keep your finger moist. Make sure it doesn't get too wet. And I kind of blot off the excess water and then re-wet my finger. Just so, you know, be careful. Because I've had, you know, to soak and redo Dominoes because I got a little too rough trying to hurry this process along. And it's a process that does take a little bit of time and care. Now could be some excess hangover that could cause your paper to start tearing at the corner like mine just did. I just take like a fingernail file, ordinary fingernail file, and I kind of just sand off that excess hangover while it's wet, and it'll just kind of roll right off of there like the stuff you're rubbing. Okay. I take my paper towel and kind of get the final little pieces of paper that are just kind of rolling around on top off. Kind of like the texture of the paper towel kind of helps that along. Okay. It's going to be kind of fuzzy. Let's see if I can show you. Okay. Just scoop that away from me real quick. Now this is the time I apply glossy accents over the top. Oh, and I forgot to poke the holes. Okay. Okay. And just use your poker. This is my Tim Holtz poker. And I just poke a hole right through the holes through the paper. And I take my glossy accents. Make sure you don't shake your glossy accents. That's one way you get air bubbles. You just kind of hold it and let it come to the spout. And I do all my corners to corner. Okay. And it's still wet, but that's the glossy accent. I'm hoping you can see this because it looks kind of dark to me. And then I let this just sit overnight and dry because glossy accents tends to take, you know, a few hours to dry. So I'm just going to set this on the side. Now this fish one, I think I'm going to fast forward me coloring it, just to give you guys, you know, a break from watching the forever long tutorial video thingy. But anyways, I pulled out two different color oranges. One is a Copic, and the color is YR09. And then I pulled out a Spectrum Norpin, and this is FL2, and it's an orange. That's going to be my koi fish. And then it's surrounded by water. So I pulled out BT7 and BT8, and those are going to be like my highlight colors. And then TB3, which is teal blue, and then TB4, and then TB5. So I'm going to color this, and then I'm going to come back, because I think you guys could, you know, get the gist of me coloring. Okay? And that's the finished colored image. Okay. I've also used my Sharpies to color them in. And on the sides, what I've done is, let me get this. I've used my metal markers, or metallic color markers, and I've colored in the sides, like that. And if you don't have those, and you happen to have some Adirondack metal mixatives, I have silver and gold. You can, and I just got a piece of felt here that I've got on my Tim Holtz Distress, and you could just color the edges that way. And I also do my back. Now, I really don't like, I don't know if your Dominoes have this, but mine do. And I really do not like the colored holes. So I'll take my paint marker and I'll go in and I'll color those silver also. Okay, let's see. And then I'm going to take my heat tool and just wand over it really quick. Make sure the marker is all dry and everything on there. And all the metal. And then I take my glossy accents again. Make sure you just let it come to the bottom. You'll see it kind of beat up at the spout when it's ready to be squeezed. And slowly, I always do my outer edges first, and then fill it in towards the center. Okay, and that's how that looks. And then when it's done, I use a acrylic aerosol spray, and I completely spray over the entire domino to seal it. Now, I wanted to show you this before I end this video. This is the modpoge transfer. I'm not sure if this is going to work. Could be just a waste of time, and then I'll let you know if you don't see this at the end of the video, that means it didn't work. Or maybe I'll leave it just so you guys can see that it didn't work. I don't know. I guess we'll see when you guys watch the video and when I edit it, what I leave and what I don't. Okay? So it's all burnished on. Getting the paper wet like I did before with the other, with the golden heavy gel. Okay, just moistening my paper. See, I'm wondering if this is going to work because Mod Podge is actually water-based. And getting it wet, I don't know if it's going to work or not, but we'll find out, right? Okay, and you got extra. You know, I don't remember what image I laid down. Okay, well, I'm seeing the image come through. Oh, it's the other steampunk chick. Okay, I think so at least. Now, I did have, this domino was actually colored with Adirondack or alcohol inks before I put the image over it. So, it might get a whole different feel. I used, cranberry Adirondack ink, the silver metal mixative, and I used, I want to say, sailboat blue. Or, no, this one has the lettuce on it. So it's the silver, the lettuce, and the cranberry is the colors that are on this one. Okay, I think I'm done working up there. I come down here and work down here. Now, see, I don't know. I think it might work. Like, I don't know if you can see, like, I kind of tore her neck off. Maybe moving a little too fast. But the really cool thing is that the alcohol inks kind of bled through the image. So you could see, like, around her head and everything, you could see the different colors. So I guess it would work. Just slow down. And kind of maybe use a little less water. But I don't know if I like her or not. But yeah, I think I'm going to soak it off and try it again. Okay? Alrighty guys, I hope this tutorial helps. And you guys give it a try. Okay? See you in the next video. Toodles.